And greetings everybody. Welcome back. It's that time, my favorite time of the year. No, I'm not talking about Christmas. I'm talking about start of a brand new series. Yay, new challenge, new stuff. My favorite, Cataclysm, Santa Claus Ahead. Apparently we got our name change again, the holiday change. I don't remember, have they used Santa Claus Ahead? Maybe, I don't remember. But welcome everybody. Let me do a few things in the back end here, make sure stuff is working properly. Looks like the important ones are on the chat command side, and notifications out, and we are live on Twitch, so I think we're good. Let's just hang out a few, and we'll go over what we're gonna do. Got my sipping tea ready. Got my
challenge time.
Seasonal sipping tea. What am I drinking? I'm drinking mint medley. Mint medley. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, mint medley. That's enough of the tea bag in the glass. Let's get you out of there. Okay, so yeah, new challenge time. I have decided to go back to do another version or variant of the MegaCity challenge. Been a little while. I've had a few requests to jump back into a MegaCity type of a challenge, so we're going to do so. We're also flipping back from a hard mode game to a more standard mode game, which has been my habit for the last, I don't know, 6 months, a year. I forget when I started doing that. But we're kind of flipping back and forth for each challenge from a really hard mode setting to something that, you know, more ordinary folk might try, newer players might try. Be a little more familiar to them on what kind of encounters they're going to have. And show them what you can do, even with standard characters in a standard game world. I made a couple minor changes to the world settings, as noted. Primarily for the MegaCity part, we made it size 16, spacing of 2, so 16:2 for the city size and spacing. I switched the start time to nighttime, 23, so 11 p.m. And I turned Wandering Hordes on, because it's always fun to have zombies moving around in a MegaCity. So you can't just clear the immediate area around your base and call it good forever. That's it. None of the other settings were changed. So, no crazy evolution like we had last time or any of that stuff. What I have not done is set a very specific endpoint for this particular one. I figured we'd get through the initial survival stage, and then we'll pick our own endpoints. We'll figure out something we can do, or some kind of specific number of things I have to do, or whatever. But the challenges, we're going to call it the MegaCity Maniac. Vorm plays the burning building scenario in a megacity, 16 size, 2 spacing, as a moody, psychopathic, pyromaniac baseball player from the MegaCity Maniacs team, who had just arrived in town for an away game with their most hated rivals when the Cataclysm started, and all his teammates got turned into zombies. Can he survive amongst the most hated legion of rival fans that want to eat his flesh? So yeah, that's what we're going to go with. There's two things that I wanted to look at, or do a lot of. One is fire. We're going to try to do a lot of fire stuff. So we're going to be a pyromaniac and actually do things with fire, burn some buildings down, and use Molotov cocktails and that kind of stuff. And then we're going to look into, hopefully, making and using a staff sling quite a bit. It's been a while. There's been some changes to that. And I wanted to do a bunch of throwing and staff slinging and see how effective we can make it, or how effective it is. Beyond that, we'll see. Maybe a little bit of base building, maybe a little bit of MegaCity motorcycle crafting, depending. But there have been a lot of changes to vehicles recently. A lot of changes. Holy man, are they? They're taking the Nerf hammer to vehicles, directly or indirectly, through the Realism Project. They are hammering the hell out of vehicles. So. That was one of the last bastions of kind of mega strong, ridiculously overpowered and powerful game things that players could really take advantage of, and it's getting a good shellacking with the old Nerf hammer. So a lot of changes coming to vehicles, vehicle construction, vehicle degradation over time, repair processes, requirements for repairs, and so on. So a lot of that kind of stuff coming, or halfway here already. So we might work into some of that, or encounter some of that as we attempt this. But We're going to be in a megacity. We're going to have to survive initially, get some kind of safe spot established, try to clear out the local area, get a nice base built, hopefully get a megacity motorcycle built. And as we go through that process, we'll come up with some kind of end point. We'll know when it's over. I'll start to get bored and do silly things, and we'll end it. I don't think I'm going to set a specific... I think the last megacity challenge I did, we did what? We did the sick daughter one or sick child one, where I had to visit all the local hospitals to find my child and end the adventure. I'm not sure I'm going to set a restriction or a challenge goal like that, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's what's going on. New challenge, brand new start, yay! And we'll see what happens. So it's going to be the burning building at night. So if we can clear the immediate area, we should be okay. Let's go ahead and get into the new game, custom character, MegaCity Maniacs. Show you the character that I have chosen to build, and then we'll roll in here in a minute. Okay, let's just jump right down to the whoops. Well, that's not good. What did you do to my save? God damn it. What'd you do, game? That's interesting. You didn't save anything. I distinctly made the save, as you can see. Well, now I'm unhappy. Now I'm going to have to go build the character again. I don't remember all the things I built the character with. New game. Preset. I mean, it's right there. Maniac Mike. Obviously, I made the save after I set up everything. I don't know what happened. Bug is the only thing I can think of. That's really annoying. Well, not my favorite way to start. Now you're going to have to wait while I try to remember just what I put into the guy. Oh, there it is. What the hell happened? That's weird. Well, there he is. There's Maniac Mike. got me what happened just now. That's interesting. Still a bug of some kind, but at least we're around it. There you go. I don't have to rebuild Maniac Mike. Alright, so things to know about Maniac Mike. We are doing the burning building scenario. We are a baseball player profession. So I tried to build him as a, Maniac baseball player. So we took Pyromaniac, we got Mood Swings, Imperceptive Healer, and just filled in Heavy Sleeper for the last couple point or two. I forget how many points that is. We're a Psychopath, and I figured these would be good for baseball, of course. Fleetfoot, High Adrenaline. I don't have night vision, no night vision. So we're going to be relying on parkour and Fleetfoot to keep us out of trouble as much as possible. But we're going to have things show up right in front of our face because we only have 8 perception and no night vision. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun, especially in a crowded city environment. 11, 10, 8, 8 for our stats, skills, bash, melee, throwing, athletics, and healthcare. Several of these we started with. Throwing, athletics. I added, let's see, we had bash weapons, I think, also. I forget. I put a point or two into a couple things. We took parkour, we took the wound care proficiency, and that's pretty much it. That's everything you need to know about us. But we're going to have to be setting fires and doing mean things and keeping ourselves alive. Can you lob Molotovs using a bat? No. The staff sling I'm curious about because they made some changes to what is acceptable ammunition for it. So I want to investigate that, and I don't think some of the info sources are up to date. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Aident, you not be learning quite so crazy fast this time. It felt like I was learning crazy slow last time, so yeah, it'll be a shock again. Every time I move from a high intelligence, fast reading trait character back to a quote-unquote normal character, I always comment about how slow it seems and feels like I'm leveling up. So yeah, we don't start with much. I mean, we have no other real skills to speak of other than, psychopath baseball player skills. And a little tiny bit of wound care. That's pretty much it. So, parkour, baseball, and first aid. Those are the ones that I took. Other than that, random location. I thought it was pretty funny when I set this up, and I jumped into a test world real quick just to verify some things. It put me in a bookstore, so I was burning books. The bookstore was on fire because it was a burning building. I thought that was hilarious. We'll just leave it on random location. Hopefully it doesn't put me dead center in the middle of the commercial industrial district, because that's always bad. Preferably, I want to be on the borderline between residential and the commercial industrial stuff, so I can hightail it into the residential area. Usually it's easier for me to get away from things there, but this is also going to be a test of another big change that's occurred. The zombie in every house update. So pretty much every zombie or every house is going to have zombies in it nowadays, I believe. So your chances of just kind of moving from house to house on the first day to find an empty one to loot easily are somewhat gone. I don't know if it's still possible or if it's always guaranteed to have a zombie now. This will be my first time really kind of encountering it. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's been a pretty high pace of changes in the game recently. Some I've mentioned, some I haven't, but I just play the game I'm given and, you know, experiment and test things and then make my opinion known on the current implementation. So that's how we're going to approach this one as well. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to talk about. So let me just jump through chat real quick and say hi-de-ho to everybody. Not individually, there's too many people. So, hi everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out for some Cataclysm and chatting. Hey there, take the views. So, question about a new item in the game. Does the load-bearing stuff decrease encumbrance? I don't think the intent there is to decrease encumbrance as to give certain items the outer vest pocket snap-on type capabilities as they have in real life, more so than the limited implementation that was in game already. So we saw one last game, but I don't pay much attention to those types of things typically, so I'm not honestly sure just what the intent there was. But from the limit of a few I've seen and the reading I've done, it seems more like just solidification of the external pocket system that has been going around a little bit recently. Alright. Level throwing before you Molotov? Well, yeah, we got throwing skill, right? Or throwing 5 right out of the bat, so we're okay on that side, I think. We can have that degrade quite a while before we encounter any problem. Are we using the Ultica Tileset or dead persons? No, we stopped undead people months and months and months ago. How long has it been? 4 months? 3 months? 6 months? I forget where. But no, we're using Chibi-Ultica. It's one of the Ultica variants, Chibi-Ultica. So Ultica is Ultimate Cataclysm Tileset. It's kind of the base or default Tileset. That's what it's considered now. I don't particularly personally like the character and monster graphics in that one, the style that they use. I just don't like it, and so I chose to use the Chibi-Ultica version. What that does is it substitutes in the character and monster models from the MS-Zato tile set, which is the original version that Undead People and a lot of other current tile sets were based off of. So that's what we're using. It's got the Ultica background and building models and vehicle models and terrain and so on, but all of the enemies and characters are a little more recognizable. What's next? Farming? Nope, there will never be farming. I don't care what changes they make to the game. I will never be farming in Cataclysm, other than as a joke. Yeah, you guys are chatting about some of the vehicle changes, spreading the good news. I'm wondering if I'll be able to get a staff sling fairly quickly. I got to get my skills up to be able to build it, and then I've got to actually find, I think you have to find a young tree. I'm not sure in the Megacity how often I'll find those. I think some of the parks might have them, but I don't think they spawn naturally in 99% of the POIs or buildings in Cataclysm. So we'll see. When is vehicle changes coming? Some are here already. Like the welding changes, that's a huge one all by itself. That's already in game. You now have to have welding consumables, blaze rods, welding rods, whatever they're called. And I don't know yet the the drop rate on these to find and loot versus the difficulty in making them. They're very hard to make. You got to have a complete full metalworking shop, metalworking workshop with all the tools and raw material requirements that entails, plus a few specialty items in order to make some. I don't know how much it uses per, so I haven't actually experienced in game that yet. We'll get to that sometime this game if we get the MegaCity motorcycle put together. Yep, standard evolution and start date, no changes there. The settings command, I only list changes from the default. So if it's not listed, then that means that it's the default setting. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the heavily overpopulated spawn points have been nerfed, fixed. I don't know if it's considered a nerf when they were overabundant to begin with, but a lot of those have been adjusted. Schools, parks, swimming pools, hospitals. I forget who's been doing it, but somebody's been going through a lot of the building templates for how many zombies spawn and quote unquote fixing them. I've seen a lot of mentions of the people who initially implemented them didn't understand some variable and how it worked in the math, and they were spawning too many. Whatever, but a lot of that stuff has been adjusted. All right. Yeah, I think I'm all caught up. The young trees, well, I can't remember. It's been a while since I specifically looked for them in the MegaCity. I know it's possible. The park is the one that comes to mind as having some, but other than that, it might be a little tougher. We'll see. All right, let's jump in. So Maniac Mike, the first. Let's see what our start position is going to look like. Well, that's okay. We're back in a corner, but the building's on fire. Hey there, buddy. Shirley Woodson with a Smith & Wesson 619 and a fast draw holster. Combat boots. Tool belt. Whatever. All right. Oh, yeah, one other thing I should mention. So, in the past, when I've done MegaCity Motorcycle challenges, it has been my habit to use the debug menu to reveal the map. The idea or reason behind it being that we're a citizen of this city. We should know what it looks like and where the roads and the buildings and so on are. It shouldn't be a big mystery. We didn't just teleport onto this planet from some other dimension or anything. But I think I'm going to change the process a little bit because this guy is a visiting player from another city. So that's the theme or storyline we're going with. He's from the MegaCity Maniacs. This is not the MegaCity. He came here for an away game against his rival team. So instead of the full map, I'm just going to spawn in an actual map instead of doing the debug reveal map. So let's just grab a road map, just a standard old road map, and we're gonna activate that. Oh yeah, part of that is because what? Where's the roads, man? Apparently it didn't do it. Oh, it's too dark to read. All right, we'll read that in a second. I need to make sure. Actually, we're not going to. We're going to turn on the smartphone. Turn on the flashlight. Activate that map. I need to know if we are in a megacity. Sometimes the map gen, even with those settings, puts me in a little town. This one looked from the starting map portion, looked fine. But just to make sure. All right. Is this a mega city? This is looking a little weird with that center spot there and there being full of emptiness. I want to be. Yeah, there's quite a lot of rural and open in this one. I think we're gonna bail and we're gonna try a new one. I just don't like the way this one's setting up.
3 on city on city on city.
World, MegaCity Maniacs, reset world. Yes. Let's really hope that we don't have that same problem we just had. Custom character. Whoops. New game. Preset character. Maniac Mike. MegaCity. Yeah, MegaCity is pretty commonly requested or commonly done thing. I don't know why. There's not like a preset for it. It'd be kind of nice. It can be pretty variable even when you do that. So let's try to jump in again. Whoa! And there's a lot of light because of the fire out in the open. So this is what, a military surplus. Mostly already looted military surplus, I think. Grocery store. Really? This is a grocery store? Oh, this is pretty ugly. This is a pretty ugly spot. Kind of dead center. Alright, same process. Spawn. Yeesh. Roadmap. Activate. Roadmap. Come on, game. Why are you giving me these big open spaces? I want a big, big, big city. This one's only a kind of a medium city. Not good. Whoa! The program has crashed. See the log file for a stack trace. Well, you guys are going to see nothing for a moment while we reboot the client. Bammo. Cataclysm go boing. While we wait for the recording program to recapture. Oh, there it is. World. MegaCity. Reset. New game. Preset. Maniac Mike. MegaCity. It'll take us a few tries to get in. My test world was good, but so far these have not been good. Not for the type of world that I want. Do a little better, please. Raging fire going on. I'm sitting here reading a map. Alright. What is it with this side over here always being completely open? I mean, it's somewhat mega-y, but I've still got these huge waterways. I think it's the water that's messing things up. Been getting an awful lot of water in the map gen recently. Not too bad that direction for water, but still. Yeah, it's still not quite what I'm hoping for. Love it when my solo test game I do off camera creates a world just fine, but as soon as I turn the camera on, as usual, things do not go the way that I want. Can you have both bionics and mutations? Yep, you sure can. There are a few rare non-compatibility situations where certain bionics can keep you from getting certain mutations, things like that. But they're really rare, and I wouldn't worry too much about them. But yeah, you can do either way. Cathedral? Cathedral, somebody's burning churches. That's not a good start. Nope, not that one. That's possible. And again, as soon as I pan to the right, we have these big open areas. It's like, what the hell? What's going on here? Weird. It is fairly mega this direction, though. I think we'll just take this one. We'll just take it. It's pretty mega. As long as I just don't go east a lot. We're going to try to stay within the bounds. I might have to go out into the other area, but this looks fine. I mean, we got a nice town of New Market. We got a really crazy amount of good things here. Plus, man, it puts me here, and the nearest residence is like over this way or up this way. Ouch. That's going to be a tough one to survive. South is definitely no bueno. So it's going to be some direction of an arc this direction. Alright, we'll give this one a try. We might die pretty quickly and get a new one anyway. Seems suitably the mega. What do we got in here with me? Rain hoods. Should be lots of eyeglasses, usually. Yep. A few eyeglasses. Not as many as I was expecting. A lighter. Hey, we need a lighter. Alright, so here we go. So folks just arrived. This is Maniac Mike, a visiting baseball player here to have a rivalry game in this this particular city, so he's not intimately familiar with the landscape, but he's roughly aware. He knows what the road system looks like. I think that'll be better than doing the reveal map option. It'll force me to do a little bit of reconnoitering and traveling to uncover things, but still give me enough info to make some decisions. And then it won't reveal the underground stuff like the reveal map does. So, not that we get underground much in these kinds of challenges. Okay, let's get things started. We're only 25 minutes in. Let's play some Cataclysm. So gameplay starts at 25. We'll say 26 minutes. All right. So advantages of this character: movement. We've got fleet foot. We've got parkour. So we're going to use those to our advantage. I do not have night vision. That's going to be a big problem. I also don't seem to have much in the way of gear. We've got one baseball we can throw at somebody, a sports drink, a baseball helmet, which is actually pretty good, and some sneakers, and a little tiny bit of carry capacity. So we're going to try to fix that as soon as we can. Man, we get a lot of info in here now. Jeans, remains, pounds, max length information. Wonder what happens when this line is long, when the name of the item is really long and it pushes this off the edge of the box. Does it scroll down and screw up the positioning, or does it just disappear off the edge and you can't see the information? Huh. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Can you train dodge with a baseball? You sure can. I think I need a little bit of dodge, or I think I need dodge 1 practical or something in order for it to show up. Right now we're at 0 practical dodge. So we got to do a little bit of dodging, and then I think the training shows up. I know. I asked. I mean, I asked. You know. I asked for wrench to be added to that list. It's like baseball, basketball, volleyball, and there should be a wrench on that list. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Hey there, Overtime Comics. No, questions are always welcome during the live streams. I am always happy to answer questions. If I can. If I can't, then, you know, I'll tell you, nope. You can ask. Whether I answer, that's secondary. Still collect them for throwing weapons? I plan to somewhat. We're going to really try to... I'm going to try hard to experiment with throwing and such. It's going to be a little difficult at night because we've got movement advantages, but I got no sight advantage. So unless I'm flipping lights on and exposing myself, you know, it could be a problem. So we'll see. All right, I believe in the cathedral we have a door here, and we've got the front entrance. I wonder... It's nighttime, so even if this has the floors I can climb up, we won't get a view around, unfortunately. And we're going to have to bail because the cathedral's on fire. I didn't see much that I wanted to pick up. No, I don't need any of this stuff. Maybe the lighter. Where's the lighter at? Lighter's way up there. Well, that's not convenient. I got to pick a direction. So, let's see. The diner. Furniture. Ooh, pharmacy. Problem being, we won't be able to get into the good stuff, but sure we'll be glad to scoop up a first aid kit or something off the front shelves. Subway. It'd be fun to do some underground stuff this run, if we can manage it. Oh, there's a museum up there. I'm going that direction. We're going that way. Problem is, I'll have to bash the front door in to get inside. I've got a baseball bat, so I can probably do it. But I'm likely to either be in the process of running for my life, or not wanting to make noise. But yeah, if we could get into the museum and pick up some early armor and some early medieval weapons, that'd be awesome. So. That has decided me. I don't see anything else too tricky. I would like to get some pharmacy stuff, but I think the museum is going to be my target for the moment. And then not too far away from that, we've got a couple of houses. Show me any parks. Any parks nearby? Skate park? That's not the one I wanted. There's a park way up there, so it's the right direction at least to get to a park. And there's a forest square right below it too. Oh, nope, that's gardening supply. Yeah, all right, we'll see what develops. So we'll just go out the front door. We'll just go out the front door. I don't think I started. I gotta go get that lighter. I don't have a lighter. I feel dirty. I mean, I'm a pyromaniac with no ability to set fires. So we gotta go get that lighter. We'll do that and then we'll run out the front door, I think. Alright. I'm not sure if I see a question in there, Overtime Comics. A lot of it is just you're new to the game and you're going to get wrecked. I don't have any just globally attributable and usable simple solutions to new players getting wrecked in Cataclysm. Everybody gets wrecked in Cataclysm when they first start playing. It just comes down a lot to understanding a few of the basics, especially in regards to movement and action point systems. Being familiar with the enemies takes time. Being familiar with the buildings takes time. Understanding when you're going to need certain items for recipes and where to go get them. I make it a lot easier, look a lot easier than it actually is, just because I've played a totally ridiculous amount of this game, and I know all the progressions. I know where all the items are. I know what I'm going to need, when I'm going to need it. I know the behaviors of the enemies, the approximate speeds of everything. When a monster shows up, unless if it's a brand new monster, I know exactly the situation as soon as I see it. I know if I'm in trouble or not. It just comes down to experience. So, I mean, keep playing. Try to learn from your experiences when you get killed. Try to figure out what you could have done differently about that encounter, or how you could have known that something like that might have occurred. A lot of my ability to play the game is just predictive analysis. I just know through experience and through repetition that certain locations can be dangerous in a certain way, or certain situations can be dangerous, and I try to minimize that kind of stuff. So, but don't be afraid to run away, or walk away is even better. Just leave. If things don't look good or don't sound good or are starting to go wrong, leave. Too many players get too hung up on I'm a super zombie crusher. I kill everything, and they just wade right in, and that's almost always the worst possible choice, especially in the early game. It's all about zombie avoidance in the early game. You don't want to actually fight anything. It's better to avoid, and gather up materials and get training and so on before you start taking things on. Too much chatting. It's hard for me to get any play done. Just started moving to night raids this week. They've been great, except for the wasps. That's a tagline that all of us are appending to all of our statements about Cataclysm. Everything was going great until the wasps. I was doing fabulous, I had all my gear, until I turned a corner, and then there were wasps. Oh, I hate the wasps. Hate them, hate them, hate them. I don't hate them intrinsically. I hate them in their current incarnation. They need to be nerfed. Just nerfed. Nerf their power levels, nerf their quantities. They just need to be nerfed. It's stupid that on day one of Cataclysm, you've got these super mega populous and dangerous enemies that have too many high-level abilities. It's just silly. Actual gameplay starts at what, we're 34 minutes in. Don't worry, those silly people that watch on YouTube, they don't mind at all. Okay, let's see, let's go get that thing. We're not gonna run. I don't care about the NPC, by the way. I think somebody mentioned something about the NPC. I pretend he doesn't exist. He, she, whatever. They don't exist in my game world, not currently anyway. Okay, which one is it? We've got a jean jacket. What are we wearing currently? I always forget. We're wearing a light jacket. Hey there, jeans jacket. 90% with 0.2 protection ratings. Yeah, that's not much. Let's just keep what we got for now. There's the computer. There's the stairs. Yeah, unfortunately, man, if I had done a daytime start, we would have got a pretty good start. Whoops, sort category. Sort category. Alright, nothing I care about here, right? Nope. E-Ink tablet PC. Oh, Huh. Should we take that and encrypt and scan in all of our books so I have less books to deal with? If we're going to be moving light or just on the road traveling, I probably would, but we're going to try to do a base build setup in this one so I can demonstrate that in a newer version for newer players. So I'm not going to be too worried about storage space or anything, so I think I'll ignore that. I should probably go put that jacket on just so I can have the extra storage space. A comic book? Alright, we need to get out of here. Do. Yeah, that's fine. 12 is fine. That gives us a little more carry capacity. Very little more. It wasn't nearly as much as I thought. Alright, now the problem's going to be if I try to go out this door, we're going to be lit up when I do so. But, liquor store south of us. I really want to go this way. That's a lot of street we're going to have to cross. Storage unit's not too bad. Animal Pound might have animals loose. Then the museum. No windows that way we can use. Screw it. Let's just jump into danger. Alright, our first zombie sighting. Crawling zombie. Lots of noise. Oh boy. The fire is a-bringin' all the boys to the yard. Not worried yet. As soon as the grab happens, that's when I start being worried. Yeah, I did a challenge where we specifically, I forget what I called it. Something library, mobile library or something. I did a few, I don't know, half a dozen challenges back where we traveled around scanning books into the tablet PCs, and then we delivered tablet PCs to refugee centers to help them survive that had tons of books in them. So, cathedrals do have side doors, yes. I just didn't want to use the side door because that wasn't the direction I wanted to go. Bookmobile, that sounds right. Alright, now the favorite choice to make. Do I strike out into the dark unknown, or do I backtrack slightly? I think I heard something up here as well. The fire and the noise from the fire is going to be bringing things right this direction. So I've got to slip. There's going to be a perimeter of zombies that are moving towards the building because of the noise that the fire's making. Plus, anything that was out here that spotted me when I was in these lit tiles are coming this direction. So I've got to break this cordon of enemies that are coming right this direction. Once I get past that, if I can break contact, we'll be in a lot better shape. Still going to be super dangerous. This kind of start is always super dangerous. I recommend it, especially for new players. If you want a challenge and a learning experience, create a test world with a megacity setting like this, or even normal settings. Teleport yourself in the middle of it if you don't start there, and then just maneuver around. Just try to survive by moving. Don't fight anything if you can help it. Just try maneuvering around, seeing how long you can stay alive, and learn to use terrain, learn to use vehicles as blockers, use the sound system to hear what's around you, get a feel for how the enemies move, how they track you, and all that kind of stuff. That way you can concentrate on kind of learning one thing without worrying about the overarching needs that your character has with food and water and all that kind of stuff. I recommend the same kind of thing for learning how to use the vehicles in the game. It's really weird to drive a vehicle in Cataclysm the first time. And I have videos that show how to do it, but you really have to experience it to get a feel for it. Same thing. Test world, summon, debug summon a vehicle, and just go for some joyrides. You'll learn how to do it real quick. Super, super good, important teaching, training, and answering question tool. Probably half the questions I answer on these videos, on Reddit, Discords, and so on, people could have answered for themselves if they just took 30 seconds to jump into a debug test world and summoned the enemy they were curious about, or gave themselves the item they were wondering about, or revealed the map and looked at whatever. I mean, so many of the questions that get posted, people could have answered on their own, just with a tiny bit of effort in a debug world. They could have answered it faster in themselves than they could have typed up their question on Reddit. So take advantage of it. It's an important, powerful tool. All right, so we want to avoid, in this situation, burning stamina. Stamina burn is my enemy. So I'll preach this forever. The most important function or feature in the game new players need to learn is the stamina and movement point system. This line of info right here. You really need to understand what this number, and this bar mean. And when it is appropriate to use the stamina by running, when it's not, how these numbers work, why they're important. Very, I'll maintain it forever. It's the most important thing new players need to really get a good handle on. It'll save more lives than anything else, understanding those. So in this situation, I expect I'm going to be constantly moving and on the run as things encounter me with my limited vision range. So it's critically important that I maintain my stamina if possible. I've also got an advantage of parkour I need to take advantage of. There's the first grab. Love it. Now we get to see if my 11 strength can break the grab. I did. Back to walk mode. I am just going to walk away from these zombies. So this is a hard one for new players to learn and understand, I think, is always walk unless you absolutely have to run. Just because you have zombies behind you doesn't mean a thing. You're faster than all the base level zombies in the early game, with a few exceptions. Dogs, runners, things like that. Beyond those, you're faster than them. As long as you have no negative conditions or a huge amount of leg encumbrance and slowing you down, things like that, you can walk away from every single zombie that you encounter. So there's no reason for me to run right now. So as you can see, I'm going to slowly outpace these guys. I'm not hugely faster than them, but I'm fast enough. I don't need to be running. I don't need to be burning my stamina. So there are times to do so. This is not one of them. Another thing is, we can hear something banging on a vehicle back here, and the fire is going on. They're going to be distracting the zombies from following me. So the zombies right behind me are now chasing my scent cloud because I'm out of visual range. They don't have much visual range at night, barring special zombies. So once they're out of visual range, they rely on sound and smell. They just move from smaller number to larger number. So I smell the most right here. And if the zombie's right here, he just says, all right, 84. What's the next bigger number? 85, 86, 89. They just follow the big numbers until they get to you. Or the scent drops off, or they get distracted by something with more impetus or strength behind it for their detection systems. So that banging going on over there is actually helping me. Whoever's banging on a vehicle is going to be doing God's work, because that's going to be a sound source that's going to draw other enemies that direction and away from me. In your opinion, what's the scariest thing to come across in CDDA? That's one of those questions I can't answer. It's too circumstantial. I have had the holy crap scared out of me and almost died because of bunny rabbits. I had several times bunny rabbits have almost killed me, and they've been the worst thing in the game. I think I had a pretty bad encounter with a goose recently. It's just totally circumstantial. There's not any one particular thing, really. It's all depends on circumstances. I'm not scared in the slightest of seeing a Hulk or a Shocker Brood or things like that, depending on circumstances. So, beavers, oh yeah, them bad news beavers, they were bad. bad beavers. I do remember them. I have a video. Feel free to go look at the Quick Slip series, where Vormithrax teaches you how not to play Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. That's a series where we clearly demonstrate, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, them beavers, when they were first implemented, oh man. Wasps. Yeah, wasps. I think wasps are pretty high on the list right now. We shouldn't see too many Zane deer here in the city, so. Alright, so where are we going to go here? I'm trying to get to that in the hopes I can break the front door down, you know, quietly or without damaging my bat. And then quickly get into some pretty fun gear if we can manage it. So I'm going to keep working my way that way. I think I'll just stay in the middle of the road if we can get to it. I love having no vision range. This is what freaks out other new players, and, you know, people that insist that day rating is better than night rating. They're wrong. They'll always be wrong, but, you know, whatever. That's the debate, the eternal debate in Cataclysm that will never end. Day rating versus night rating. I like starting fights by just asking that question. It's always hilarious. But this is the part that freaks them out. But I can't see the enemies. I don't know. There could be a Hulk 2 spaces away. Yep, there sure could. And it's still better. Just gotta... Hey! Now we have our first problem. Alright, so this is a good example. So we're walking in the dark. Zombie Dog shows up. Now Zombie Dog, I cannot walk away from. He's faster than me. So we are in the middle of a street with a Zombie Dog. I got no cover nearby that I can use to try to peel this guy off of me. So this is a circumstance where we're actually going to fight. I think fighting is the better choice. The danger of burning my stamina in trying to lose the Zombie Dog, I think, in my opinion, is worse than just fighting it. I'm going to take some hits. We have no armor. So we're going to take some wounds, but what you have to consider as a new player, and especially, is that hit points are a resource. You're going to regain a certain amount of hit points every single day, just from natural healing. So there's nothing wrong with taking some hit point damage, as long as you understand the likely amount of hit points you're going to lose, and the secondary effects, because I'm going to get pain, which is going to slow me down. So I have to compare my hit point and pain generation, my hit point loss, and the pain I'm going to get from the hits, versus the amount of stamina I expect I would have to spend in order to avoid confrontation with this dog. It's possible if we get a lucky hit, we might drop him in 2 swings. I don't think without any fancy martial arts or anything, we're likely to drop him in 1. It'll probably take a couple of swings. Let's take a look at our weapons. So, to reinforce here, we've got bashing weapons of 3, which is pretty respectable, and melee of 3. That's a decent number to start with. That's going to give us some pretty good ability. We have no special martial arts, nothing that keys into the baseball bat in particular. I don't think there is. I looked. Unless there's some change, I don't think there's a single martial art that allows you to use the baseball bat anymore. We used to have some brawling, but I don't consider that a martial art. So the real martial arts, I don't think there's a single one unless something hasn't been updated on the wiki or whatever. If somebody knows of a martial art that is valid weapon with the baseball bat, I thought Silat would be one, or not ninjutsu so much, but I thought Silat for sure would be one. But I don't think there is one. Yeah, you're correct, Zan, and that is another thing to consider, is that dogs usually travel in packs. So I make the decision based on what I can see, but there could be another dog, all racing towards me right now. So if I start to see add-ons to the dog, then we'll change our plan really quickly. But it all factors into the risk assessment, because if I start swinging, I'm going to burn stamina because of the swinging in combat, and take pain, and lose hit points. That's why I always say avoidance is the preferable solution. Just try to avoid. The issue here is just a matter of I don't know what's around me. I can't outwalk this dog, so I'd have to run, and I think I would burn my stamina even more excessively that way. So let's take a shot, and then we'll adjust our circumstance or our decision making as circumstances change. So let's see what happens. Let's look at the baseball bat. So another important thing is this right here. To hit bonus, it varies, +3 being the best. You don't usually see more than -2 or -3 on the far side, but typically actual things you use as weapons will be -1 to +3. It's actually a really important number, though, especially if you're trying to fight something that's fast and dodgy or small. You want a really high to hit bonus. So this makes a really big difference. So if you're doing a big, blunt, huge weapon, you're going to have a much less hit bonus, but you don't care as much because you're going to smash for like 130 damage or something. So it all depends. It's circumstantial as usual. But we've got 111 moves per attack, bash of 22 with a +3 to hit, and it has medium blocking ability. So between the medium blocking and our dodge of 3.8, hopefully we don't take too many hits. Let's find out. We traded damage. So he hit me in the right leg, bit me in the right leg. We blocked a little bit of damage with our bat, so we only got a light nick. And we hit him for 27, which is most of his hit points. So like I said, I didn't think it would take more than 2 swings if we land them both. So hopefully we hit without him return attacking right now. There we go. So, I traded a tiny, tiny amount of hit points and pain for and a tiny bit of stamina to eliminate that threat. I am not going to smash that corpse. We're going to keep moving. Into danger. Alright, so, noise indicators. Let's try to slide around them. Decayed Zombie is fairly slow, so we should be able to scoot around him no problem. We are at the Animal Pound. There's actually some okay items at an Animal Pound, but I am not going there. Ah, vehicle. Hey there, animal control truck. That's a drivable animal control truck. Look at these new indicator bars. New indicator bars! I think that's the initial implementation of the item durability. Or not, what do they call it now? This is durability. I don't know what they call this specifically. But the idea is that items and vehicles are going to degrade over time, and the level of degradation is going to dictate how fully repaired it can be. So as the degradation increases or goes down, or whatever direction you want to think about it, you can't repair to full, basically. So eventually it will just disintegrate entirely. So the idea is that you can never just continuously repair up to 100% pristine condition, repair up to 100% pristine condition forever. That accumulating damage is eventually going to destroy that part, regardless of repairs that you do. I think that's the idea they're going for. So add that system onto the new welding requirements, needing welding fuel now in the welding rods and blaze rods and so on. Those are two really huge nerfs that are happening to the vehicle system. So this one's drivable, though. We have wheels. We have enough battery charge to get it started. We've got gas. We've got a perfectly good condition engine. Security system is broke, so we don't have to worry about the security system. So yeah, it's instantly drivable. How's the alternator? Oh, alternator is in good condition as well. So yeah, we could hop in this and drive. Huh. Is it degradation while driving, or I have no idea. My understanding is it's just damage. I don't think just driving the vehicle is going to cause any damage or any degradation. Maybe that's true, but I don't think so. Are we going to have to take out warranties in the Cataclysm? I'm going to become an insurance company in the Cataclysm. Yeah, pretty sure it's just damage. As you take damage, it ticks up a little counter mechanism for the degradation, and then when it hits certain benchmarks within that, I believe it caps how high you can repair it or something. So, and I don't know how fully implemented it is yet. I think we just have the indicator currently. I don't think it's actually capping anything because, well, I mean, look at right here, for example. Tall green bar, perfect condition. But we've got this, but no bar whatsoever. So I don't know exactly how to read this yet. And I could be wrong. This could be an indicator for something else. But I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. But I think we just have the indicator right now. I don't think they've fully implemented everything else yet. Alright, so, gotta think about this. I don't want to waste a working vehicle. Ideally, I would, you know, get into the museum, get the gear, then run out here and hop into the truck and drive myself to wherever I think I want to hang out for a bit. So, let's mark the position. I can also use it as an obstruction to try to get away from certain enemies. The mansion is still, or the museum is still by far my initial target. Other than that, I don't know if I'm really too worried about anything specifically. Landfill, fire shop. We also need to pick what kind of building I'm going to try to make a base out of. Ideally, what I'd like to do is survive till morning, get to some kind of tall building so I can get a better view of the actual landscape outwards a little further, and then make a decision. I want to stay right on the border where the residential and the commercial development really connects, but with that as a benchmark point, also be as close to the city center as I can get, just for funsies, because that's where all the action is. The wandering system tends to move things towards the nameplates, so it'll be more fun, more action if I can stay somewhat close to the nameplate. And maybe later we could move to a building near the nameplate. I've done that a few times, where I built my base right on top of the nameplate, one of the buildings right in this area, like the Megastore. That'd be kind of fun. The Megastore right on top of the nameplate of the Megacity. Maybe. But we need an initial place to hold out. I'd rather do it in a basement of a house. Basement of a house is the best location initially. Other than me constantly griping about the bullcrap movement of the zombies always coming down into the basement constantly. For no reason. Well, let's see if we survive that long. Let's not make long-range plans yet. Let's see if we actually make it into either decayed zombie.
Every time I catch you playing CDDA, it makes me want to get back into it.
But you don't? I mean, I play every day. Well, not every day. I play twice a week. Used to be every day. Near every day. Oh my god. We have made it to the doors, and nothing is currently smashing on us. Alright, let's do it. We're gonna take we're gonna lockpick this door. We're gonna use our lockpick tool here, the baseball bat. And we're gonna see how many swings it takes to pick this lock. There's the alarm. We're in. Now the question is going to be, there's the cannon. How many zombies are going to show up from the local area? How far are we from the fire now? Oh, we're plenty far. Unfortunately, the fire noises are not going to probably draw anything from up here, as we saw from the zombies following me. And not enough time has probably gone by yet. Fires take a long time to build up and start really making the noise and getting the attention. Alright, what do we got? Leather body armor, bronze greaves, armored gauntlets, chainmail, a portion, steel arm and leg guards, armored boots. Full-fitted chainmail would be my #1 choice. Plate mail, maybe? Maybe. I'm also hoping to get a mace or something. So, we don't have a martial arts style. Other than brawling, which we started with because we have melee 1, or at least melee 1. But we can get an arm block if we can get our unarmed combat to 1, and having the steel arm guards with the arm block would be pretty valuable. So I might put the arm guards on. I don't think I'll go with the leg guards. I need to maintain my movement speed at all costs. So let's go with that idea. Let's go with the steel arm guards. What else we got? It's just going to give me parts. It's going to give me parts of all these chainmail pieces. Leather body armor, huh? And leather arm guards. Well, we're definitely not switching. Got a few more options. Leather helmets. More armored boots and gauntlets. Well. Dang it. Yeah, grab. Hey there, Barboot Helm. Remind me about you again. So, head, eyes, and mouth. 95% for the head, which is the primary location. 16. Medium block ability. Let's wield it and get medium block ability. Inventory, baseball helmet, and the Barboot helmet. So we're doing a comparison. If you're not familiar with this, it's the capital I symbol for inspect, and you can pick 2 items and it'll show a side-by-side comparison so you can see which one you'd rather use. So the numbers I'm looking at mostly are coverage. Now this 75 against 95, be careful because it's averaging 3 different body locations. So 95 is the primary location, so it's identical in the head location. But in addition to that, you then have 65 coverage for eyes and mouth. At 0 encumbrance, which is really important. So it's not going to affect your vision, it's not going to affect your stamina regen, but you're still going to get these damage or defense bonuses. And it gives 16-16 cut protection, which is strong enough to completely negate incoming damage as long as they don't slip past these percentages. Against all the low-level zombies, anyway. So, against 9-9, which is not quite high enough to prevent it. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and switch. It is heavier. It's almost, what, 2.5 times heavier? But that's alright. So, let's go ahead and drop the baseball helmet. Slip on the barboot. Boiled leather horse barding with bones. Ah, Zweihander. Alright, we gotta see if that's real. Yeah. Hey there, Zweihander. Real or Memorex? It's bendy. It's a bendy Zweihander. So it's a replica, unfortunately. I mean, the stats still look impressive, but I'm not going to take it. It'll break too quickly. Budget steal. Couple of ways you can tell whether the melee weapons are real ones or they're replicas. One is the material they're made out of. If it says budget steel, then that's not good. And then two, in the description, there's always some clue. You're not quite sure it's supposed to be that bendy. That lets you know that it's one of the replicas. So it's likely to break fairly quickly. But if you had no weapon, I would definitely use it. I would grab it and use it. Just be cautious of things like it's 7 pounds. It takes a huge amount of base moves per attack, and so on. So it's got a lot of fun techniques. I'm going to leave it there, though, for the moment. Hope for something better. We've got a few more possibilities. Chunk of steel, stone axe head, stone chisel, throwing stick. Oh, I got to pick up a throwing stick. Although problem will be I won't be able to... I don't know if I'll be able to hold it.